Yep, that is exactly going to be your reaction after you hear what one animator who worked on One Piece and another animator have to say about Studio Ghibli AI art.
I'm ready!
So the One Piece animator that we are talking about is Henry Thurlow, and this is what he had to say. I'm not sure what exactly these folks making AI Ghibli images even think they're accomplishing beyond offending and upsetting the original artists, which you'd assume they are fans of. I mean, you can't and will never make profitable movies with this stuff. It's akin to trolling, he remarked. Folks who say this is democratizing art are just fooling themselves, if not outright lying. You can't democratize being a good artist or director the same way you can't democratize, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, becoming an Olympic athlete. It takes a lifetime of effort that's never going to change. He continued, if you don't have the time to dedicate to becoming an amazing chef, you don't deserve a Michelin star. If you don't have time to dedicate to acting, you don't deserve an Oscar. And if you don't have the time to dedicate to animation art, then stay, well, we're not going to repeat that word because this is a family-friendly channel, out of my industry. If you're using it as a fun little thing to just laugh with friends about, then no one would mistake my comments about being about them. This is obviously directed at people who plan on trying to use these obnoxious softwares to advance a career or scheme.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
We also have the creator of Gravity Falls, who is Alex Hirsch, and he has also something very interesting to say about the Studio Ghibli matter as well. So he called out OpenAI CEO Sam Altman online saying, wow, congrats, using Ghibli's work to train your model and Ghibli's name to promote it really help you generate huge revenue. And the fact that you are planning on paying a big royalty check to Ghibli proves you're a great guy too.
That, FYI, was sarcasm.
So far, as of the making of this video, Studio Ghibli has made absolutely no comment about this whole situation. Now, they have made a comment about another particular situation concerning a certain letter involving the AI art situation, but for more details about that, you could click on the end screen coming up at the end of this video. Well, of course, this nicely leads us into the question, does Studio Ghibli have a legal case against OpenAI? Well, Mr. Robert Rosenberry of Telluride Legal Strategies has a few statements to make about this whole situation, because Studio Ghibli might have the ability to claim that OpenAI had violated the Lanham Act.
What do you mean by that?
Cornell Law School says the Lanham Act provides for a national system of trademark registration and protects the owner of a federally registered mark against the use of similar marks if such use is likely to result in the consumer confusion or if the dilution of a famous mark is likely to occur. Rosenberg continues, Ghibli could argue that by converting user photos to Ghibli style, OpenAI is trading off the goodwill of Ghibli's trademarks using Ghibli's identifiable style and leading to a likelihood of confusion among consumers that this function is endorsed or licensed by Studio Ghibli. So what do you think? Do you think that Studio Ghibli would ever take action against OpenAI? Again, express yourself in the comment section below. But while many persons are upset over this whole Studio Ghibli AI art situation, there's another situation that has happened that has made the anime industry, you could say, in Japan very upset with China. But for what reason? Well, before we get into that, if you have made it this far into the video, this channel talks about anime news, manga news, and anything relating to the anime-manga community. And of course, we sprinkle it, we sugarcoat it with kicks and giggles. So again, if you're enjoying the video so far, you could hit the subscribe button, and we are heading toward the goal of 300 subscribers. So let's get back of why Japan is angry with China. We know that shows like Attack on Titan, Sword Art Online, and even Death Note are currently banned in China. But now, according to a particular news source called Mantan Web, you could also possibly see shows like Your Lie in April and Blue Box on the ban list in China.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Yep, it's true. So you could say that the Chinese government has turned up the heat when it comes to censorship in China, because stories that involve middle school romances or stories that involve overthrowing the government are a no to China. So we could understand why Japan might be a little bit disturbed by this, because of course remember that China, just like every other part of the world, is another place where they could get money from streaming anime to those countries. And the fact that they are turning up the heat, as we just mentioned before, when it comes to censorship, meaning that less shows will be streamed in that particular country. And we know, and it's how the world is going these days, everything, even probably they might charge us to sleep just now, but everything is becoming expensive. Everything like video games and even production cost of making anime is going up as well. And the fact that Japan is unable to make even more money from a place like China that has a lot of people in that country shows how frustrating this situation might be to them. So as I always say, let us know about how you feel about even this particular story in the comment section below. And as we promised, there's going to be that video, because Studio Ghibli, as we mentioned earlier in the discussion, Studio Ghibli has made a sort of a reply to the whole Studio Ghibli AI art situation, but is not in connection to what is going on. But a very interesting letter popped up online, and that is when Studio Ghibli was forced to make a statement about it. Again, that is popping up on your video, or on the end screen, sorry. And in the description, you could find out about solo leveling, because this might upset some of you people who are paying attention or watching this video, where one person said, according to a web article online, they are saying that persons who enjoy solo leveling are hypocrites. What exactly do they mean by that? Well, I guess you have to watch the video in order to find out. But again, in order for you to access these videos, you have to click on that red shiny button, which is of course the subscribe button. So thanks for watching, and that's it. I'm out of here.